right now on 5 on your side at 10.
Cloudy, but still close to normal today, but we're going to see some major changes this week. A series of storms will impact us, including this one by midweek. Its impact felt and how warm we get before we get really cold and more November-like.
Running for a hero.
Officer Lee!
How a 15-year-old honored a fallen St. Louis police officer today. But first, addressing an urgent issue nationwide. Just this week, 2 St. Louis area teens become the latest victims of gun violence, the new film that's allowing young people to use their voices and talents to tackle the problem. Good evening, everyone. I'm Robert Townsend. Tonight, a teenager is in custody in connection with a shooting that killed a 15-year-old boy Tuesday morning. Police tell us Jamar Hamilton was fatally shot at the Speedy gas station on North Broadway. That's near the Halls Ferry Circle. They say he was with a group of people who exchanged fire with another group. Later that day, police say the 17-year-old suspect was arrested for an unrelated offense. Yesterday, detectives met with attorneys at the Juvenile Detention Center to apply for several charges, including first-degree murder. Tonight, no charges have been filed. Now, hours ago, a new film that addresses the growing concern of gun violence premiered right here in St. Louis. 5 on your side's Megan Kernan joins us in the newsroom after learning how the camp hopes it sparks conversations and action in the community. Megan.
That's right, Robert. The movie was created by young filmmakers and focuses on the critical discussion around gun violence in schools and communities. It premiered at the MX Theater today, days after 2 St. Louis teens died from gun violence.
It's okay to speak up. Your voice matters, and you never know who might need you.
On the set, Summer Film Camp has been teaching kids the ins and outs of filmmaking in St. Louis for 6 years. The film, From Blind Eye, I See, marks the end of a summer of hard work tackling gun violence. It premiered the same week 2 teens were shot and killed in the St. Louis area.
It deals with conflict resolution, where a kid has to go through the same day over and over until they figure out how do they stop a conflict, which in this film was a school shooting.
So what? You gonna man up, you gonna do something about it. You wanna go? Nah.
Marlon Whitfield, the camp's executive director, says these children are the next generation of filmmakers and leaders in our community.
Our goal is to create young filmmakers, creators, be able to go in the industry and live and make a living. The biggest takeaway is allowing kids to first learn about conflict resolution, but they also learn how to work as a team. Everybody, when they first come, you have kids that are shy, that don't really want to interact, and by the end of the camp, they find their own voice, they're talking, they're leading, and they're just running the show.
We caught up with St. Louis Mayor Tashara Jones at an event in Dutchtown Saturday afternoon. When we asked her what her office is doing to curb gun violence among teens, she credited the city's Office of Violence Prevention.
We have lots of free programming in our rec centers, and I don't mean just like sports. DJ Cut does DJ classes, and kids can become DJs and use that skill to make money. So we try to provide classes around their needs, and then also some of those classes can lead to entrepreneurship.
Now, Mayor Jones also says juvenile shootings are down because of these programs. From Blind Eye, I See will be available to watch on the camp's YouTube page next month. They hope to partner with local organizations to educate our youth with this film.
Megan, thanks. Hopefully it can make a difference. Right now, police are looking for the man tied to a homicide just outside Wright City. Warren County officials tell us the shooting victim was found in front of his house on Bob White Lane Friday morning. Now, he died at the scene. Police identified 38-year-old James Fraser as the suspect. You see his mugshot right there. They believe Fraser is armed, dangerous, and on the move. If you have any information, you're asked to call Warren County Emergency Services at 636-456-7088. Alton police are also looking for their own suspect who shot 3 people overnight. It happened shortly before midnight on Tremont Street. That's not far from Lovejoy Elementary School. All 3 victims were taken to nearby hospitals and are expected to be okay. The suspect got away. Police say the shooting was not random. Anyone with any information is asked to call Alton police at 618-463-3505. Well, it was a celebration of community at St. Mary's High School in South St. Louis today. This afternoon, the Office of Violence Prevention hosted its monthly kickback in Dutchtown. There was free food, music, and entertainment, along with free health and gun safety resources. The president of St. Mary's says events like this can bring a positive impact for more than just its students.
Schools are key components of neighborhoods, and here at St. Mary's, a couple years ago they talked about closing this school, and we said no, it's too important to this neighborhood. And I think that each year that we're here and we get stronger and better, we understand the role that we play in this community.
Today's kickback also included a turkey giveaway for families as the holidays approach.
It is just such an honor to be able to run for Officer Lee.
Running for a hero, killed in the line of duty. That's how one 15-year-old spent his Saturday this morning. St. Louis police officer David Lee was hit and killed by a vehicle along I-70 almost 2 months ago. Tonight, 5 on Your Side's Mercedes McKay shows us the impact he left on the community and the story behind the 1-mile run in his honor.
Officer Lee!
With the blue line flag in hand, 15-year-old Zachary Pruss dedicated his Saturday morning run in South St. Louis to a hero no longer with us.
It seemed like such a great and lovely thing to do for people that have given so much to their communities.
That's exactly what David Lee did for 18 years. The St. Louis Metropolitan Police officer lost his life in the line of duty on September 22nd when he was hit and killed by a vehicle along I-70.
This run impacts me quite a bit, especially because I don't live too far away. We are about 3-hour drive north from here.
Hitting close to home for the young runner, who's a part of the national nonprofit Running for Heroes. The organization has honored thousands of first responders who have lost their lives in the line of duty, each one represented with their own 1-mile run.
It's just one more way to give back to the community. It makes me really honored to be able to run for such great people.
Coming from a family of first responders, Pruss knows the sacrifice these heroes make daily and hopes he can be a role model for his community and beyond.
Stepping up for different people that help the community and serve in such tremendous ways and give their life like Officer Lee did. It's an amazing way to be able just to give back.
With every step he takes, the runner has this message for Officer Lee's family, friends, and the entire St. Louis Police Department.
Keep fighting. Officer Lee made a huge sacrifice to his community that will never be forgotten through the department and its citizens. And we all here at Running for Heroes are all praying for you.
In South St. Louis, Mercedes McKay, 5 on Your Side.
What an admirable story. Hats off to you, Zachary. Running for Heroes was founded in 2019 by a 10-year-old who made it his mission to run a mile every time a first responder lost their life in the line of duty. Now, to learn more about the nonprofit and ways you can donate, just go to KSDK.com and look for this story under the As Seen on TV section.
A miraculous recovery after spending months getting treatment at St. Louis Children's Hospital. A young girl is finally back home.
Our doctor, who is an amazing soul, he cured the uncurable.
The life-saving operation that's now extending her life. Building up a Metro East community, volunteers spend their Saturday revitalizing Cahokia Heights, how their work is creating a better future for the city.
As we continue to track our next chance for rain on Monday, mostly in the early morning, I think it's going to slow you down, but it's not the only opportunity for rain on Monday or the rest of the week. How high the winds gust and how much rain we're expecting, we'll time it out for you the rest of the week.
A Pennsylvania toddler who spent months in St. Louis receiving treatment for a rare mutation is finally back home. 2-year-old Clementine is one of 10 people diagnosed with a mutation to the TLR8 gene. Now, she came to St. Louis Children's Hospital at just 8 months old, where she received a life-saving bone marrow transplant. Clementine recently got the all clear from her doctors after spending nearly 500 days at the hospital. Her parents hope her story helps other families.
Next family isn't so in the dark about what this diagnosis looks like or what the outcome of this diagnosis could be.
Right now, Clementine remains in isolation and is on many medications. Now, she will have to return to St. Louis every 2 months for follow-up treatments. We definitely wish her well. Right now, a major renovation is underway at a historic Florissant home. The Reeb House was built way back in 1908, we're told. Anton Reeve, one of America's first French settlers. 2 years ago, the home caught fire and was threatened with demolition. Now that's when the historic Fluorescent Inc. stepped up right alongside the Women of St. Louis Carpenters Union.
We only do it when it's needed and mostly when the building is in danger of being demolished. We have a historic district with about 200 historic properties, and when this one caught fire, we were devastated and knew that we needed to step in and do something so that it wouldn't be demolished.
This is Historic Fluorescent Inc.'s 113th anniversary, I should say. This is their 13th building restoration project. Again, this project dates all the way back to the 1960s.
A lot of cold air to the north, but it hasn't come further south in a while, pretty much all season. What that means for us over the next few days and when we can expect our dose of cooler air.